A second. Okay. Well, welcome to our Proper Romance Book Club live discussion of If You'll Have Me. And I'm Kathy. My Bookstagram is My Book a Day. And I'm here with Esther Hatch.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
And today we're going to talk about the great book If You'll Have Me, which you can kind of see the picture over there.
I have it on my shelf
but
behind me. But yay, there it is.
there it is.
So pretty.
So pretty. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Feel free to ask questions in the comments and we'll try to answer as many as we can. And yeah, we can talk about some of these other questions. So Nancy wonders where you got your inspiration for this one.
Yeah. So it's funny how long the process has been on this, because I was just at a book club recently where they were like, we heard this started out as a Christmas story. And it took me a minute because I was like, did it? So it was funny because after that, like, it took me a while to remember where my first ideas came from the story. And then it came back to me. And then after that, I went and opened up like my earliest documents for this book. And it was actually 2018, or maybe 19. I can't remember. I feel like it was one of those two, which my first book came out in 2018. So like this book has literally been around for much longer than I even thought. I knew, because I've written several Christmas stories, but this would have been one that I came up with the first time I was asked to write a Christmas story, which was like right after my first book got published. So yeah, it's been percolating for a long time. So the original inspiration was trying to come up with a Christmas story. And I called it Christmas Wishes. And the beginning was the same, like 4 days after, like, because you can look, I write on Google Docs, you can see different version histories. Like 4 days after opening the document, I have Anna hanging from a tree, so I'm like, it was really fun for me to see that. But in the Christmas story version, it was going to be, she was going to stay at this house and she only had until Christmas. Like, so she had like 2 or 3 weeks before she wouldn't have a place to stay. And so that was kind of, some of those same things kind of moved into this, but the time of year changed. Her deadline was longer because that was supposed to be a novella. So everything was supposed to happen faster in that book. Mm-hmm. And some point while writing it, I got more inspiration about who I wanted David to be. And once that happened, and I knew like his backstory, I figured out like what kind of child he had. I realized like, this is absolutely not a Christmas story, and it's absolutely not a novella. And so it went on hold for years and years. Apparently, I didn't realize how many years this book has been on hold till I started writing it again. So, yeah.
Crazy. That's a fun story.
Yeah, it was fun to kind of relive all of that, because it honestly had been so long that I'd kind of forgotten the different parts of the process of how long I've been thinking about this story.
Yeah. That first scene, I love that scene. He finds her in the tree and she's like, leave me here.
It's fine. I don't really need to be rescued after all, actually.
Yeah. Right. I can just stay here. That was fun.
It was fun. I've always loved that scene. Yeah.
Jesse asked what your favorite scene is. Like your favorite scene to read or maybe even to write.
That is a good question. Like, I have so many from this book. It's really hard to narrow it down, and it's always for different reasons. The ending with Julia stands out to me because I've never written anything quite so exciting, I would say. And it's definitely a scene that I debated a lot about. Like I said, this story has been in my head for a long time. When I started thinking about writing it for reals again, I actually was going to have the ending be one step further, and she was going to be successful in her pursuits of taking care of her father. And I really was scared to write that because I feel like I write pretty lighthearted, clean romances that I was a little bit worried about how that would be taken. And in the end, I kind of didn't quite go that far, but I'm still like really happy for some reason with that scene. I just love the idea of like a quiet person finally standing up to the person that has plagued them. And there's lots of things I love about it. I think it was surprising because it wasn't David, like just little things like that make me really happy about that scene. I love and hate the scene where Anna finds out about the scars. That one was really hard to write for me. But also like I knew it was coming for so long that it was a really important scene to me. I think I loved the scenes with the side characters too. I don't think I think we're going to get to this later, but I don't know that I had planned for this to become a series until I met some of the other characters in it. And some of the characters that surprised me were like the doctor and his scene with David. Like I just kind of fell in love with him. And then Julie and Garrett and the sibling dynamic. Like I loved writing the three of them together with Anna coming in. Like anyway, so there's a lot of scenes I really, really love about this book. One of the very last scenes I put in was the roofing scene. Like I think the book was turned in. I know the book was turned in because I remember apologizing to Sam, my editor, because it's already a kind of long book. And I was actively working on just cleaning it up to make fewer words wherever possible, in like a clean manner, not like cutting big things. And I realized I needed that scene in there. And so I was like, Sam, I'm sorry. I added a scene, but I really think we needed it. And so I love that scene too. I actually need to go back and read that scene because most scenes I've read 7 or 8 times. And that one I probably only read twice. So I think that would be a fun one to reread for me because I won't have it like in the back. I won't know it quite as well as my other ones. Yeah.
That's fun. I like those scenes too. Because normally your books have been really lighthearted, and this one has just that one bit at the end that is not so much. And you did so well with it, honestly. It just fits.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt comfortable writing it. It was hard to write. I was very worried about it coming out though, because ever since A Proper Charade, I've tried very hard to like make myself a comedic author, not necessarily like crazy comedic or like that's 100% what I've known for, but I like this idea of I want people to open up my books and laugh and smile and try to turn the pages quickly and just have a lot of fun while reading. And so like, that's been like something I've really actively tried to do as an author. And so I felt like this book was maybe going to be too much of a departure from that for the people who have found me because of me so actively trying to be that way, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I think there probably are a few people who that will be the case, but I've been really grateful to see that for the most part, my fans seem to still really have loved it and haven't been like throwing the book across the room too much or anything like that. So, not too much, maybe some, but yeah. So I
think even with a rom-com, it's okay to have some parts where it's substance, where it's life isn't always happy. It's not always funny. And it's okay to show that, like in a book even,
Yeah. And I will say, I think all of my books have something that I hope is deep in them, character growth, things like that. But this one just had a little bit more traumatic of a situation that I was worried about. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I get that. So Crystal asked, what would you say was the biggest challenge in writing the book?
I do think writing those scenes, I wouldn't say they were challenging. They were challenging to write in that they were hard, not necessarily like they were heavy to write, but also with that comes this feeling of, am I qualified to write a story when I don't have too much experience with this kind of heartache? So I definitely struggled with that a little bit, like wondering if I was the right person to write a book about someone that had this kind of a background without having too much experience with it myself at all, like, or anyone super close to me experiencing it. And I think there is that fear that maybe you'll get something wrong in that situation. So that was probably hard, is just like having enough faith in myself and like telling myself it is okay. Like authors do this. We do write about what we know, but sometimes we write about what we don't, and we try our best. And so that was hard for me. It was hard for me to be okay with it, if that makes sense. But I still really wanted to tell the story, so I did.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then the last question that was asked on the Facebook page is, Sandy asked, so I kind of just put this together, but we all want to know, are you planning to write sequels to this book?
Yeah, I kind of alluded to that. I have actively been working on one. It will probably be years, is my guess, before they come out. And I feel bad about that, but it's not finished yet, not turned in yet. And there's a lot that goes behind the scenes with marketing, or, with publishing. So I definitely have plans, and I'm really excited about the next two books. Like when I wrote this story, I was like really excited for David as a leading man. I feel like he's someone who I hoped my readers could really, really fall in love with. And then the first time Garrett entered the room, I was like, oh no, they're going to love Garrett. So I'm like, okay, we'll make two really good leading men then. That's fine. So yeah, anyway, so I'm really excited to write that. I've started on Julia's story, so Garrett's will be third. And honestly, I've started on his as well, but just like note taking, because I have conversations that come into my head here and there. So I have like snippets of conversations for his book is pretty much it. But Julia's is partway through a rough draft. So yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting. It's hard to wait for books.
I know. Yeah, I saw that comment too. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's tough, and I'm sorry. But yeah, but it will come out at some point, somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. That's right.
We'll get it there.
So in your the videos for the month, you talked about, it's David, right? All of a sudden I'm like, David, Daniel, yeah, it's David. So you talked a little bit about like him and why you wrote him how you did. And I wondered about your female character. Why did you like to have a story behind her?
I mean, so I've talked about this a little bit, but it's based a little bit on my love story as far as like her being older than him. So right. I don't think that's her most defining characteristic, but that's that feeling of she first knew him when she was like at the prime of her life. And now she's feeling a little bit past that. And now he's in the prime of his life and doing so well. So like, I really love the dynamic of the switch there from who they were 8 years ago to now. And so part of her personality was definitely like wrapped into that feeling of, I used to have like, my life used to be going really well. I had both parents alive. We were doing well financially. Like she was just really a girl without a care in the world to who she is now, where she's struggled for the last 6 years since her father passed away. And it's kind of affected her self-worth a little bit to see that she's not able to do all the things she wanted. And she hasn't been able to take care of her mom like she wanted. And all, so like for me, a lot of what Anna was somebody who really had so much joy and so much hope in the world, but had been kind of smothered over hardships over time. And I love the idea that when she went back to this place, which was one of the last places she was really the girl that she always had, who she still kind of was, that girl, but she'd lost her, that she could find her again. And specifically, she would find her with David, who still saw her that way. And she was still that way. It just kind of been hidden.
Yeah. Buried by her cares, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That shopkeeper guy. Oof.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. he was fun. Like, yeah, it's fun how things slowly take shape. And he was not great in the beginning, but then I really loved certain aspects of him as a bad guy. I loved the coat. I mean, that's so silly, but
That
like
was funny.
I love when there's like an object that can like totally encompass what's going on in the relationship. And I just feel like that coat that he gave to her that she didn't want, but she didn't have a better option. And then he asks for it back or he asks for her to pay
He
for it.
asked me money.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day. And I feel like things like that work well because maybe we all know somebody who acts a little bit like that sometimes. But maybe not exactly like that, but yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Yeah. So he was actually a fun bad guy for me to write, to be completely honest. I liked him not that I liked him, but he worked well. He worked well in the story for sure.
There's definitely some like, I don't know, a little bit of comic relief almost.
Almost.
It was almost kind of funny that he brings this huge bill.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's been keeping track of everything that he's given to her. Like, yeah. Or any way he's helped her or, and with the expectation that there would be a marriage at the end of it all. So yeah. He was fun.
Yeah. He's interesting one for sure.
Yeah.
That was funny. Well, I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Anyone online have any more questions for me? We'll give them a minute.
Give them a minute to see if somebody wants to type some.
It's been just a really fun release for me. I will say that. Like I said, I was a little bit nervous about this book, about the serious tones in it. It's not all serious, but I've really been grateful to see the love for this book. And I really appreciate it. I'm trying to think if I have any other little snippets from writing it that I enjoyed or had to change or anything like that, any insider information.
Something's fun about this book is that you got to release it when you were on the readership cruise.
Yes.
So
I think that's part of,
fun.
Yeah, that was part of, I think, what made this release so much fun. I've never been around people reading my book on release day, which was a little bit like, in some ways, I think that would be like my worst nightmare, but it really wasn't because everyone was so excited about it and it was so fun. And some of the people had read advanced copies. And so like I had already starting to see that it was at least for some people capturing their attention, their love. So yeah, it was really it's been a really great release. I'm really grateful for how it's been received and for the love it's getting. So thank you, everyone who's read it and enjoyed it. I did think of one other little funny snippet about this book, and it's weird to think about now, but because you were trying to remember his name.
I'm sorry.
No. This is why it's funny. So for the first year of writing, because it takes me forever, maybe not year, but for a long time, his name was Andrew Tate. And I think not too long before turning it into my publisher, I saw a news story about Andrew Tate, who's like this like really divisive person nowadays and just not, anyway. So I was like panicking and I'm like, I need a different first name. So anyway, hopefully not anybody equates him with Andrew Tate after this, but his name is David now. And I was really, so funny things like that happen in the publishing world where you're like, I didn't even think of that when I made his name. And I'm so grateful. I saw an article and like, I saw the article and it said his name and my heart just stopped. It was like, that's my character's name. So anyway, so that's kind of a funny thing. His name was almost Andrew. Maybe someday I'll have an Andrew character, but his last name won't be Tate. And I've gotten so used to David now, I don't think of him that way at all anymore. And I'm really grateful that he got his David name. But there were some last minute, I wish I remembered what the other option was. Like I hurried and messaged some friends. I'm like, which name of these two names do you like better? Because I think I was really close to turning it into my publisher or something. So I needed to decide quickly and get it in. And yeah, so that was kind of a funny thing. So yeah. the silly things that happen when you're writing books. But
That's pretty silly.
Yeah. I just saw Wanda's comment. She said, I just finished this book a few hours ago and thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a bit of surprise towards the end. I know it was. Thanks for sticking around for the ride.
Yeah, those last pages, you're like, what's going to happen next? I don't want to stop reading.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that's how it was. Yeah. I'm sure for some it was a little bit hard, but yeah, I'm really pleased with how everything turned out and really happy with it.
Yeah, it turned out great.
And I'm glad his name is not Andrew Tate. And I have to explain to everyone that I just don't read enough political stuff that I noticed. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've heard of Andrew Tate, so you're good.
Well, now you'll know.
Now I'll know to go see what the bad guy does.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm good. I don't. I try and avoid the news, actually.
Yeah, Kira says good catch, so she probably knows who he is.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. All right. Well, I think maybe we just wrap up and
okay.
Everybody who comments on this post or any of the other posts for the month will be entered to win Jeanette Lewis's no, I keep doing that. It's Jeanette Relison's book.
Yeah.
There's so many. I'm sorry, Jeanette.
Guys, I love Jeanette's books. Like she
is so fun.
She is so fun. Like she's definitely instrumental in me wanting to be I've always probably wanted to be comedic, but like she's very inspiring. And I learned a lot of writing from her at writing classes and stuff. So I'm excited for that book coming out. I'm really excited about it.
And it's called We Are Never Getting Together. And it's actually a YA comedy. So it's going to be a fun book. You want to win it. So I will leave comments.
I want to win it.
I do too. I know. I got to ask Amy about that one. But so I will leave the comments open until I probably won't pick a winner till Tuesday because Mondays are crazy for me. So comment and like and share all the things, and you can be entered to win your own copy of Jeanette Relison's book. And I said it right that time.
Somebody just posted really quickly. I want to say one more thing because Kira said she was worried about the journal entries. I can't remember if she's the one online. Somebody was saying like they don't like reading journal type books. And I actually am not. Well, okay, I love M.M. Lyon, but I don't love epistolary books where they write in letters a ton, like only. And so somebody said they were worried about it when they heard there were journal entries. And I'm like, they're so small. They're like a sentence or two. But also those are one of my favorite things about the book. And they were a very last minute addition to, I talked about this in my other book club, but I was almost done with the book and you read through it. And I am not like a super planner type author. And so a lot of times I write and then I read and I see how it lands because I feel in my heart that I'm a reader, not a writer still. And so if it doesn't connect with me as a reader, then I know I need to fix something. And so this came about because I was doing a read through of the book and I was like, I am not as in love with David as I should be, like as I knew I could be. And as I knew my readers could be, like as a reader, like I was still in love with him as an author. I knew who he was, but I was like so sad. I was like reading through it. I'm like, he's just a little bit coming off as fickle. And like, why is he love her so much, but doesn't want to be married to her? Like it didn't make any sense to me. And it made me not like him. And so I was, again, this is like one of the very last things I did. I was like, I have to get more of David in this story. And I had written like a scene from his point of view at the beginning when I wasn't sure if I was doing dual point of view or not. And there was this line in it, like she's back or she's returned or something. And like that just kept running in my head that like, I was so sad that my readers wouldn't get to see that feeling from him about how excited he was to have returned, that she is back. And so that was like the first of the journal entries and I just took it from there and started finding like important parts of his life that I could put in to kind of make people know him better. Because I think if you at least knew that there was something that was causing him to act that way, you could love him better. So that is how the journal entries happened. And I'm so glad that as a reader, I noticed that it wasn't hitting as well as I wanted it to, so that I could fix that. So, yeah.
I loved the journal entries. They were super nice, super helpful.
Yeah. Someone asked if I always knew Anna's name or did I change it? I am pretty sure I've changed that. I'm not, all I know is I've thought about changing it. She's been Anna for as long as I can remember. I'd have to go look at my first copies. I think it might have been something different. I struggle with Anna because I love the name, but it feels French to me. So I was like, should I just make her Anne? Because that feels English. But I'm like, I want Anna. Like, I love Anna. So at the end of the day, I went with Anna. I think I found some people in England named Anna at the time to make myself feel better. But, so I did struggle with her name because at the beginning, before I got used to it, it felt French. And she's not French. So yeah, that's all. But it's been Anna for a very long time. Maybe not forever. Yeah.
Well, it works as Anna. I liked it.
Yeah. All right. I don't see any more questions, but thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for reading. This has been fun.
And make sure you comment because somebody's going to win a great book. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
See you next month.